Meantime, the Trump administration this weekend is defending a new proposal to deter migrants from even coming to the U.S. border and crossing illegally. The administration wants to be able to detain migrant families together indefinitely rather than separating children or releasing families to await court dates. With that, we bring in Vice President of National Security and Foreign Policy, the Heritage Foundation, James Carafano. Good to see you, James. This has obviously been something that the more hawkish, tougher immigration folks have been pushing for a long time. You got 60 days for court fights by the ACLU and others on this one. They going to be able to do this?
Well, there'll be a court challenge, but we ought to talk about, this is just something for the hard right. This is the much more humane policy. First of all, if you're dragging children across the border, that is putting children at risk. And I think the number one responsibility of the U.S. government is to make sure that those children are safe and taken care of. Does anybody, so first of all, it's a deterrent to doing that to begin with, which is child endangerment. But the other thing is, does anybody really think it's a great idea to just take these families down to the bus stop and say, okay, you're on your own? We don't know. We don't even know if they're real families.
We've been talking about the problems of that for a long time. Yeah. And the question, though, is will this make it through the courts, or is this just a nod to the president's
Well, I think there's two things. Number one is it's a deterrent. Even if it gets stuck up in courts, people in Latin
America... The headlines go down there.
The headlines go to Latin America. People think, oh, maybe we shouldn't do this. So it's a deterrent. The other thing is, and this is part of, I think, a political strategy. The president is saying, before November 2020, I'm going to do everything possible to show the American people that I am trying to enforce the law and secure the border, and they are not. And I think he's trying to drive that divide as big as he could. And I think the court challenges actually help him do that.
Well, that's actually a very interesting point. This is the tweet from Beto O'Rourke in terms of looking at the politics of this. As we put the tweet from Beto up on the screen, we have it, we don't have it. There it is. Thousands of kids separated from their parents, children dead as a result of our care, countless more sleeping on concrete floors, blah, 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 blah. The cruelty will only get worse until we end it. That plays into your point.
Right. So what's his solution? Let people drag kids across the border, put them in danger to death and rape and murder and dehydration and death in the desert, and then being dumped into American cities? What's the better answer?